All right, so I'm out here in the garage about to do an oil change on our off-grid generator. This is a 3500 peak, 3000 watt continuous inverter generator. This one specifically is the powerhorse, which was sold by Northern Tool. But there's many of these clones. It's pretty much the same thing as the Predator, and there was a Westinghouse, and I think Champion. I mean, they just had multiple brands for the same thing. Anyways, they should all change oil about the same. So I did a 5-hour break-in oil change. I think the manual said 50 hours, but I did a 5-hour because that's what I'm used to doing. And then I'm doing the 50 now also. And I just wanted to show you what I do to make the oil change pretty easy. So the first thing I do is I take this side cap off, which is right here. It has this little sticker on it, as you can see here, that shows you basically that's where the oil goes. And then inside of here, you're gonna see the filler tube there that's got the dipstick in it, which is this. And then if you look below it, there's a bolt. Now that bolt right there comes out, and that's where the oil drains from. And then if you look down there, there's like this little bowl area that has a plug in it. I don't know if you can see the plug from here, but there is a plug right there, that black plug. And that is basically meant for you to be able to drain whatever falls into that housing. So it's not going to be easy to get oil out of there, and that's kind of how they designed it. If you notice, there's a little rubber boot that has kind of like a cone shape to it that pretty much makes the oil go straight down into that bowl. And then if you have that plug pulled, it will go straight down out of the generator chassis. Now, I usually have some kind of container. This one is just a 2-liter bottle that I cut the top off of. I'm gonna catch that old oil and recycle it, and then we're gonna fill it back up. This is a 10mm bolt on mine. So I got the 10mm extension and socket, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that out and show you it flowing out of the generator. All right, so as you can see, the oil's coming out of that plug. It's going right down that little funneling area and right down into that bowl, and then right underneath it. As you can see, I'm holding the container. I probably should have pulled the generator out just a little further off the table, and I'm gonna let this drip for a little while, and then I'll come back and fill it up. All right, as you can see, it's pretty much stopped. I'm getting one drop or two every now and then. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the plug back in. You just take the extension off with the plug, line it up to the hole, and then now you can just use the extension to screw it back into place, get it all the way tightened by hand. Now maybe I'll give it a quarter turn, tighten it, we'll be ready to fill it up. Now I got the drain plug back in. One thing I do before I put everything back in is I get a shop rag and I wipe up all the oil, everything that may be down in that little bowl area, put the plug in, kind of clean up the area, then I go fill it up. So I am going to fill it up now. And if you look at the door, at least on mine, it shows you that full is basically right about where it's gonna come out the neck when it's level. And that's how I fill mine up. I do it all the way up to the threads, and that's where I stop. All right, now I'm gonna put in a synthetic 10W30. That's what I typically use. I'm gonna use a funnel with a little extension like this to get in there. And that's about how much oil came out. That's how much oil I'm gonna put in. All right, and there it is. I don't know if you can see real well from the camera, but it is most of the way up the threads. You do need to have this level. I stuck the dipstick in there, screwed it in, pulled it out, and it's right under the high mark. All right, I got the dipstick back in. I cleaned it out once more with a shop towel to make sure I don't have a bunch of oil sitting around everywhere. And now I put on the case, screw in the latch, and now we are ready to roll. Generator is ready for our next adventure. All right, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care.